night. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Tonight tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, has been brought to you in part by our good friends and sponsors over for Pedal to the Metal Racing League Season 7 Gander Outdoor Truck Series. Big thank you to them, as well as everybody that has tuned on into these shows and broadcasts. Thank you so much for your support. Now enjoy the show down here for the ButtKicker 45 at Daytona. And yes, indeed, race fans, live here at Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. We are set to go for tonight's action, showcasing the ButtKicker 45 of Pedal to the Metal Racing League Truck Series right here on PTM Racing TV. Hi, everyone. I'm the Crusader, Chris Stride, joining you guys today. Getting ready for tonight's action here, set to go onto the playing field. We are all ready and readied up tonight. So let's get down to business here as always. Let's start on the pole. Your number one qualifier, Tyler Work in the 8. We'll take it to the inside rows. Outside, Mike Rideout, the 76. Run number 2 is Daryl Arnold, the number 6 outside. Julian Conde in the 18. Run number 3 is Cindy Taylor in the 07, her outside. Jason Henry in the number 3. Run number 4, Corey Reed piloting the 27, and his outside is the 33 is Stephen Henning. Run number 5 is Daniel Moynihan, the 77. Cody McRae pilots the 28 on the outside. Run number 6, Robert Kahn, the 21 is outside is Matthew Hoffert in the 84. And the final starts today, Kevin Baker in the 87 with a 99, David Golden. Race fans, we're set to go for the action at hand here, ready for the field to place their bets and place them on in. Take a listen to some of the guys in the back real quick. David Colton now on the call here. Colton, seems like you got a bit of a qualifying time not put in here, my friend. Did you want to start in the back, try to get something going on these guys late in the race or early on, you think? It appears he may not have his mic working here on his end, so we'll go ahead and leave him be. Was going to try to bring one more driver in, but I don't think we're going to have time for that now, so we'll field them off down in the corners, into the back, on the front straightaway they go, representing their trucks well resentedly and well regardedly. It's time to bring you the ButtKicker 45 here on PTM Racing TV. Charge them off the post here is the corner number 4. The action is set. The action is hot and ready to bring to the table. The lights flicker on as I come across to the starting zone. Green is out. We're underway. .45 laps to the distance here. Our drivers will begin out of the gate here, staying towards the bottom or towards the top for their own little desires here. Watch for many drivers to kind of eke out spots late in the race early on, or try to save fuel as much as they can. 50% of fuel limit on these trucks. It's going to force some drivers to question strategies and plan out some properties here. One of them being Stephen Henning in the 33 as the Budweiser machine goes to the back of the tail. Obviously, isn't the Daytona 500 by any means, but I mean, again, I would think with all the way this sets up, the way this plays out, I would presume a lot of these drivers very keen, very well aware on how long-term strategy versus long-term booking can get you here on this kind of track and on this kind of playing field, or at least the surface. It's a very tight-ended spectrum, a tight-ended circumstance you really have to be careful of. That's why these drivers out of the gate here are kind of being a little bit more weary, a little bit more concerned about getting too close to one another. Julian Conde in the 18 taking it right in the middle, 3 wide salute as Mike Rideout in the 76 gets kind of pummeled back into the pack a little bit here. Has nowhere to go and nowhere to run off to in the 28. Cody McRae kind of making his way around back into that playing field, back into that zone. 16 driver field here today, by far one of our best fields we've had in the show, and it's good to see it coming back out. Kevin Meneface in the 42, you see right up the lane alongside there on the right side of your screen with David Golden in the 99. Piloting the properties up there, trying to make something work as he continues to dive in and dish it out as much as he can. Lap 10, I believe, will be the stage break, which will then set these drivers up for a 25-lap or 35-lap shootout. It's around lap 10 or lap 15, somewhere around there. I am not completely for sure on that one. I forgot to actually go and get the word from the guys and gals down there. Then again, I think I've done that this entire time here, so that's probably my bad. Well, Julian Conde right now looking to maybe make something work here. Up on the top side, he's getting a good push and a good run up there. Trying to see if maybe he can use Cody McGray as kind of a sizing example here for that long haul and maybe something for the future. But right now, Tyler Oregon, the number 8, still with being your race leader, has got the field sized up. Has a field sized up, but that doesn't mean necessarily that he's got this entire race all taken care of on the back of his stretches. Knows he needs to be careful, knows he's got to watch himself late in this run. Zach Day coming on board saying Ricky Bobby Baker down here. Good to hear from you, Zach. I resume, and he is referring to the number 87 here of the Toyota Tundra's Kevin Baker, as we're on board with him. Last time we saw Kevin Baker on a plate track capacity was back on Friday night when he was running with the drivers of the Super Money race. Made a good showing of himself, just could not quite get past the ever-elusive problem that was the pit strategies. Drivers being put to their absolute limits in their testing there and really making for quite an interesting little ride. Made for some great runs and some great showings, but at the same time was quite an obstacle course, if you will, just entering into pit road. If you know what I mean, you don't know what it would mean, go back and watch that race and you'll see all about it. Kind of hot shot in the middle of the back here. Sydney Taylor in the 07 currently our points leader after consistently hitting her placing and hitting her marks out on the track constantly. She has been one step ahead of everything and anything you can think of when it comes to her racing background and her racing style. And really, all boils down to just some pure speed and just really kind of staying out of everyone else's way when she has to get aggressive. She's been known to really kind of make those moves only when the time is right, only when the time was really necessary. Well, this season she's done it yet again, continuously getting better and better about that and making sure she really watches herself. But with a racetrack like this is definitely an equalizer because, again, it can make things more leveled out and make things a little bit more difficult because no matter where you're at in position, no matter where you're at as a driver, it doesn't matter. Everything can change in a heartbeat. You know it. Well, we're back on board here with the number 99, David Colton, as he continues to try to get up there in the packs. You can see the field starting to get a little bit closer to one another, trying to give a little bit of a push, a little bit of a run off there, looking for angles and looking for speed if they can. Reed Construction number 27, Corey Reed now on the list here and on the run as he continues to drive off and try to pound some speed into the ground here. Got his 77 of Daniel Moynihan right behind him, trying to hope for a little bit of an error of weakness or a little bit of a shot in the arm, trying to get back up with these guys. Back on the back straightaway, you can see now looks like Daryl Arnold, the number 6, the big dog himself, looking to maybe set the 8 up for a push in the back on the back straightaway when he needs to. Maybe set him up in the middle grounds later. Corey Reed, a little bit of a blink or two there. Needs to be aware of that. Needs to be very careful. Those glitch graphic gremlins can be a bit troublesome. We know this much, but he knows he also cannot
get too close to somebody and then blink out all of a sudden, or have someone get too close to him, and that same error happens. Lap 10 has come, and that is our stage caution. The stage break has commenced. So we've had 2 super speedways here on our track now for this season, and so far Julian Condé will take the early advantage, take the early run, but will he be able to fire it off from there? We'll find out when we return. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, has been brought to you in part by our friends here at Next Level Racing. It's time to take racing to the next level. By the ButtKicker Company, best in performance for feeling on real tracks of the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By Hubka Real Estate Group. Looking for a perfect place to call home? Call up Chris Hubka and Hubka Real Estate Group to get yourself settled in today. By Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They always work with their best PC at the right price. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz looks to bring out the best designs in all of your libraries.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on PTM Racing TV. Currently, we are live here at Daytona International Speedway as our drivers currently are getting settled up here. As I'm having some glitch graphic gremlins of my end here. Thankfully, we got that fixed. Right now, currently, we are set to go back for our restart of the race. As our first pit stops have been made, lap 10 stage break has been completed. Our drivers now ready to settle off into the distance and ready to settle off down on the track. So much at stake here, of course. Here, major points on the line. Also, for be a winner here at Daytona. Probably one of the most satisfying, most rewarding things, and one of the toughest things to actually truly accomplish and achieve. I've only ever been able to do it once in my life, and it was literally in a truck race, of all things here. Not with these trucks, but with a Legacy Silverado Chevrolet. It was literally probably the most wildest finish I've ever had in my life. I could tell you more about it, but I think I've already said enough of it already. So, but the racing itself, you know, this place, it's a good and be a crapshoot. It can be a lucky break. It could be a lucky shot or two. It just depends on how much you can get out of it. One thing is for sure, though, everybody is put to the test on their level and skill, no matter who they are. Coming to the line here on the front straightaway, green flag back on out. We're back underway. Now that first set of pit stops has been made, now comes the waiting game and see who will make the mistake first. They're all gonna have to go back into pedal. They're gonna have to go back into pit road eventually here. No matter what. Back day saying Baker, bet on the middle. Granddad didn't make the kitchen table for nothing. Well, out down there, because you got some fams and friends looking on as you're watching the ride here on PTM Racing TV. Got a meta facing number 42. Good to see him back out here as well. And if you want to talk about a driver that has known to put the boots up on a track, that's maybe it. He won here in his only his second start ever on PTM Racing TV. But it was back with the Publishing Limits Racing League. It was the first race of the season. He managed to secure and sneak her away with that. He hasn't been to victory lane since, though. Had a good showing at iRacing Super Speedway when they ran there, but did not come away with a win there, unfortunately. So now turns into a bit of a shootout between him and the rest of these crew drivers. Julian Conde passed up on the inside. Tyler Orrick in the 8 moves back in the race lead. Conde maybe starting to look a little bit more in debt and a little bit closer on line to opening the gap up and opening up the track for him and himself. Pushing down right now, Dan Moynihan as well, the 77, still looking for that first win of his career here on PTM Racing TV. He's come so close yet so far. Hasn't able to put up the hugest of numbers when it comes to positions and track runs, but he has got one little ace up his sleeve, which is he's been very consistent when it comes to battling it out with these guys and gals and really put up a number on them. I would not expect anything less out of him today. The onboard camera here, the Matthew Harford, the 84 right now, as the number 284 Toyota Tundra continues to wheel it around, trying to hang around off the back pace to try and keep aim. Every single one of these drivers right, just kind of watching themselves and watching their angles here. No, it can get very bad and really quickly. It can get very tough to deal with here very soon. Hoping to stay out of trouble and hoping to stay on the line, on the brink here. You can even see just how much of that work into the wheels are being put up for grabs here. As you can see Cody McRae. And that's 28 doing all those G4s with the field just piling right up close to him and having to figure out which way to go. It's not all full throttle here, especially on this kind of layout here with the fuel line and everything we got. This is all about pacing, tempo, and deciphering your strategy and who may you work with here. Radio communication, a highly big justifier here, and it could be a very tough little shoot for some of these guys to have to kind of work around and deal with constantly throughout. Stephen Hennigan, the number 33 Budweiser machine, and maybe a scheme that I think everybody by now knows all too well. For those that don't know the story of this car that you see right now, this 33 paint scheme was actually built and designed around the original number 8 scheme that Dale Earnhardt Jr. in July of 2001 brought back to Daytona International Speedway just a couple of months after the unfortunate loss of his father in the number 3. In turn 4, he would bring the number 8 into victory lane that night with probably the most sombering and most heart-wrenching stories ever to be told. It was truly a moment that you really couldn't have made any better than it was story-wise, and really that means more than the world to some fans out there still to this day. I've personally gone back and watched it multiple times, and not gonna lie, I still kind of jerk a little bit in my heart and my eyes every time I see it. It's one of those special moments that you just need to see to believe, and if you're there to witness it, well, it's that much more special than. Chantel Throttlepato, nerd driver, though, I would say you maybe have to keep an eye on here, not just for looks-wise, but also because of literally the speeds she can carry on these plate tracks. She's been very clever with Robert Kahn before when it comes to working together and getting these trucks or getting these cars, whatever they may be driving, up to the front and into battle. And the 21 of Robert Kahn, obviously hanging around back there for now, is kind of thinking the same ideals and the same logic, focusing on the heavy aspect of it, which is to drive quick and drive hard, and hopefully push this bad boy up to the front and get this thing in the top honors. She's only been to victory lane once, and pretty much on Blue Moon, if you will, since really any of the seasons have come along. 25 laps to go here in the ButtKicker 45 at Daytona International Speedway, and we are still watching on as Daniel Moynihan in the 77 holds the race lead in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch number 77 Ford F-150 with Darrell Arnold, the big dog, in the Chevrolet Silverado number 6 up on the outside with a huge draft push there from the number 8 of Tyler Orr, giving it a little bit more time to really blend and justify. Every driver for themselves, the pushing and shoving now begins here at Daytona. But there is one little caveat to that, is that no matter how much you push, no matter how much you shove, you're still burning fuel up and you're still making things a lot more difficult to have to work around later. Obviously, the 3 wide salute is going to be a little more difficult to perfect it, to personally get if you want to make it a big change and to make it a big run here, but traveling back down the back straightaway here. Every driver for themselves still trying to hold on, trying to keep their momentum going, positions at stake. No one giving out just yet. No one able to let off just quickly that much here. Darrell Arnold, the number 6, has moved into the race lead now ahead of the 77 Daniel Moynihan. Doing a lot of that push he got back from the pack of number 76 Mike Rideout. And Corey Reed now jumping ahead of Rideout. Looks like he wants to set up the gap again and really start to push their way back to the front after losing the number 6. Now, I don't disagree with the strategy, but my question is here, is it going to be a smart move to do this early on? Now, again, they still need to gather some get some fuel in later, especially considering how much they'll have to work around with in a bit. As Julian Condé, I'm not really sure what the heck he's trying to do here. He looks like he's trying to stay towards the outside looking in, while also trying to maybe build some speed up. I'm not really quite questioning this. Oh, well, that's going to definitely question a few things here. Big wreck off of turn 3 and 4. And that's what we were worried about. Well, I can tell you this much. Moynihan has got a blown motor, and I know he was the one that got low and got swinged. But where did that all go wrong? I don't even know. So let's go look at the PTM replay. Thankfully, we have the replay up, unlike literally freaking Knoxville last night. And looking at you, Fox Sports. You know, from that angle there, I can't really tell who got that one, honestly. That looked like it could go towards the... I had to be the judger there. I think, honestly, it might go towards the 77 of Moynihan going in a little too close, but that's kind of a hard racing little deal right there. That's going to be a hard call to really give out there, folks, honestly. The officials are saying they'll have to go to review later on after the race. They can't decide for that one, so they'll let the drivers just kind of make their own minds up about that one, I'm presuming. So while they do that here, we'll get them squared back up into position here, get them squared back away out on the track. Well, the field will get restarted up here, squared back into position field after that huge little hit there, unfortunately, and a lot of drivers now having to pace themselves up on the track. We'll see if they're able to do that and bring this one back up on the end of the Bazip speeds and the control. We'll take a look at it here in just a moment when we return here on PTM Racing TV. Well, today's race, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you in part by our friends at Next Level Racing. Take racing to the next level. By the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance on feeling on real tracks of the virtual world. The ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By Hubka Real Estate Group. Looking for the perfect place to call home? Call up Chris Hubka and Hubka Real Estate Group to get yourself settled in today. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net. Matching your want with your wallet. They will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz looks to bring out the best designs in your library. Running him down off the corners of turn number 3 and 4 this time on by race fans. We're getting him set back to go for the action. 18 laps left to go here. And remember, there is still one more race to go here on PTM Racing TV. We have Moonshiners heading down to Sonoma Raceway as we speak, and it will be quite the showcase there. It's all coming up very, very soon as we come back to the flag. Flying on down the back straightaway here, Kevin Baker, the 87 now making a little bit of jump up into the positions, looking to try to strengthen, grab his hold on this field. 18 laps, 17 laps to go. Time starting to elapse and starting to evade. Corey Reed, the 27 up on the I-Banks high side here at Daytona, trying to stay hammer it down, but Cindy Taylor and the 07 Every drive for themselves as they continue to weasel and muscle their way around. Onboard camera here with Cody McRae here as we see the onboard camera here, the number 28 Ford F-150 cam. Cody. Whoa, 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 hold on a minute. There goes the 28. I was just about to say some things about him, but it looks like he got taken out completely there. Mike Rideout's been out of the race for a little bit, but what the heck happened to McRae? Hold on just a minute. What the heck happened to Cody McRae here, folks? No caution. Ooh. Well, that might be a reason. David Colleton got himself put into a very tight little corner. Clipping the back end there of McRae, unfortunately costing him and many drivers time there on the track. Chantal Bottle now needs some help, and she's going to have to push it right up ahead there. She needs Con, Henry, and Conde to help push her right back with it so they can all get back into the draft. David Colleton, the 99, the one that was guilty of that little spin off on McRae. McRae had such a good truck here, and it's amazing to me that caution didn't pop out when it did. But again, iRacing rules, they will call the caution. They will deliver it to us. iRacing did not feel the need to call the caution, as they say, so they're going to leave it there. And for the record, when someone asks us about iRacing, when we say iRacing didn't feel the need, we're talking about the AI included in the servers and design of this build and the racing sim. If I'm being real for a minute, the sim itself does kind of help justify and tell us when things are going right, things are going wrong. Daniel Moynihan there, and that's nice 7. Well, apparently he thinks it's time to start making a few moves here. Goes big for the middle, and he's already been wrecked out once already. One more good hit, and this thing is done for the night. Knows he can't make too many mistakes. They only get 1 inch repair apiece for every single driver. Avoids trouble, and Hofford able to avoid it as well. 14 laps away. Corey Reed, a former champion in his own right in the 27, a veteran, if you will. A pedal development league. He's been around for quite a time. He's been around for quite a while. He knows how to run with the best of them. Driver swinging and maneuvering around. You can see even Daryl Arnold kind of getting in the mix of the things here. And Daniel Moynihan, you're right back on the top side as Cindy Taylor in 07 looking to just increase her race lead in the points and keep her lead up now for the actual race itself. She takes the lead. We've seen Oric, we've seen Arnold, we've seen Condé, we've seen Reed, we've seen Moynihan. Now we have seen Taylor take the race lead, and if I'm forgetting anybody there, feel free to let me know. But pretty impressive for a 45-lap race, how quickly things can change off and how things have been changing off throughout this race. As we said before, in motorsports, no one is safe really from the chaos and madness that can strive. It doesn't matter how good you are, it doesn't matter how much you can build up on the track and build up on the racing itself. All it takes is just something to go wrong inside the engine block or in a transmission, on a fuel line, or even just in a small, simple thing like a tire nut not in completely, and everything changes so fast on a dime. Reed looked like he was trying to swing it towards the middle. Wanted to avoid Cindy Taylor there, as drivers that are parked on the outside, they have no way to get down to the bottom and go to the pit road if they absolutely have to here. Cody McRae, after his little troublesome situation earlier, getting up there to the guy that got him spun out, David Colleton, as both drivers aren't a lap down, but Colleton and McRae, this is something genius they can do right now, work together and actually try to hang in with a full fuel run and a full control over the track. Both drivers can use that to their advantage as the whole field behind them is coming right towards them. Not knowing how much fuel is in those cars as well, trucks, as well, that could make things a bit of a difference maker here. Reed trying to hang on. And Chantel Bottle now even starting to move and kind of cut through the corners a little bit. She's got Jason Henry and Robert Kahn right behind her. I don't think I need to say anything about Robert Kahn here on this show that hasn't already been said. A multiple time winner, multiple season champion, multiple race wins to his name, to his outlook in his career. The driver is certainly an animal when he gets on the track, and he just frankly is one of the toughest guys to beat out, no matter how you look at it. Bumping the speed up a little bit towards the outside. Moynihan yet again getting right up on 07 Cindy Taylor. Caught the corner panel, just a little bit of that NASA 07. Backed off in time, gave her room. Now looking for the middle, looking to slingshot the gap and get himself set up for a better pit stop. Hoffert, Pottle, Kahn, Henry, and Henning are in pit road. And all, unlike Friday night, got cleared in there, did not make any mistakes, so it's a clean shot. Now what will the pack up front do? They know that pack they just had go into pit road can be a difference maker. They know they're going to have to choose the spots wisely. Well, Julian Condé doesn't seem to be thinking too much about that in this case here. Coming right up on the back straightaway, looking to drive it in quick and get in there quickly as possible. Kevin Baker, much of the same. What does the field decide to do? They stay out. Well, they're really going to be pushing their luck, ain't they? 8 laps to go. Hoffert, Powell, Kahn, Henry have all exited out of pit road now. Stephen Henning caught off with a pit road unfortunality here. He came out with a little bit of a speeding penalty, or maybe just got a little extra too much fuel that he did not need, thinking maybe it would end up coming back for him later. I don't know. All I do know is company coming up ahead. Mike Rideout with that damage on that front end of that 76, costing him precious time out on the track. Take a look at the gap zone right now here for the drivers that are currently in position and control. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up. No, my. No caution yet, though. There's no caution. Can they get him refired? They can. They refired him. They've got him straightened out. They're back on the stretch. They're heading into pit road now. How the heck did they even get around that? How are they even still running? Cindy Taylor will take the lead over, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news there, closer, but you're kind of all alone on a track that you kind of need a team or two to help out with. That was a huge little spin off there. Couldn't really tell who got who and who got where, but right now we can tell you one thing's for sure. Chantel Otto, Con, and Henry are coming for the race lead. They've got more speed than the rest of the pack, and they hold on to it. The guys behind trying to get up there. Conde, what? He almost went right up into the track. He almost went right up into the track on the yellow line. Got it a little bit loose. I don't know if he was just trying to scare the guys and gals up in the back. That is an extremely illegal move, and not only that, it's a very dangerous move. Sorry if I'm overreacting a little bit, but you just cannot make mistakes like that. You cannot do a situation like that and think that's not going to possibly be a big problem down the road. I'm hoping that was just a simple little mistake on his end. Otherwise, those officials definitely may need to review that. The pack has now come up to the front end here. We've got 6 laps remaining. Can Chantel Otto and Robert Kahn, Jason Henry hang on to this one? Cindy Taylor, the 07, needs to build speed and build it quick. She's not going to catch the 84, but she can catch it with Corey Reed, Conde, and Minute Base. But Minute Base has a different idea up on the outside. He'll move the chains in. Conde will follow. Reed trying to get lined up with him now at this point. He's got no choice. This is absolutely brilliant strategy by the 5 to move the chains in and put herself into a position she has done right now. Using the 21 though and the 3 F8 and the 84, you know those 3 other drivers are not going to give a darn when they come right to the end. We have 5 laps to go. Question is, will somebody make a mistake when we get there? Cindy Taylor right up ahead for Kevin Minnepace, Conde, and Reed. They'll pick up another driver, and Cindy Taylor definitely needs it, but again, with the way she'll finish in the position today, that won't really do much of an effect to her points lead as long as she does not get the minimum points, which would be only 10 today. It won't really affect much. But for a race win and for a racing driving line itself, this one will mean a lot to some other drivers. Kahn right now pushing and using the 5 as a gateway to keep fuel and gas mileage at a key factor. Jason Henry in the 3 and the 84 right now. Matthew Hoffert working hard to drive this one into the ground. Henry and Hoffert maybe setting it up here. Maybe setting up a timing shot. Cody McRae, he's a lap down. Knows he's in a bit of trouble there. Mike Rideout yet again even too. He went over the yellow line just a little bit, entering off into the turn. Mike Rideout looked like he was getting a little bit too over there. He's got to be careful as well. If I get on one, I'll get on the other. You got to watch it down there. You just cannot get too far up on that track when you got drivers going in excess of over 190 per hour. $190 miles per hour may not seem like much when you're watching it on a sim versus what you're seeing on TV, but believe me, I've seen in person what happens when you go about 120 miles per hour on a dirt track. Which apparently Fox Sports didn't catch. Yeah, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the Kirsten Friesen rollover in the 62. Didn't even catch that. Didn't even catch Brett Moffitt's 22. They're going wall riding like Herbie Foley loaded out there. I mean, that's beyond the point for my broadcasting end, but we'll talk about that another day. Matthew Harvard, the 84 right now, though, landing back up with Henry and Colin and Pottle. All 4 drivers set up to now take full control. They just need to get to the white flag, then they can decide what they want to do. Pottle will stay to the bottom. I inevitably believe she will not try to go up topside and block. Henry and Hoffert, they will go to the outside. The question is, when is the right move to do? 2 to go. Final 5 on your screen. You can see the difference separated out the 5th spot. That pit road incident we talked about earlier, you just cannot make a mistake getting into the pits. It happened Friday night. It happened here. Now they pay for it, and unfortunately, they do not get any breaks from it. But what a wild, wild night of racing in Daytona. Not to mention what we saw at Charlotte Motor Speedway earlier on, and what we're about to witness at Sonoma here in just a few short hours. in just a few short minutes, I should say. But right now, we're coming to the end of this one here at Daytona. One more thing to get around. Lap traffic in the way. Chantel has to go to the outside and get around that 33 of Stephen Henning as the white flag is high in the air. Now around traffic. Con almost looked like he maybe thought about kind of getting to the inside of Chantel there. Chantel's got to be careful going on around that turn 1 and 2. Henry right behind both of them, looking for a slingshot maneuver and an evasive action by Hopper in the Funko Pop. He stands back. He's going to try to set up one huge push. He's got McRae maybe on the outside, but McRae is kind of giving him a bit of a handful up there. Anybody's guess who takes this one home? Straight out of the line in turn 3. Down turn number 4. One more right off into the end. Will they go to the outside? Henry's going to go there. Kahn blocks it. He's trying to go to the outside too, but Hoffer's going to block. And Chantel Otto will bring home another win here on PTM Racing TV. Multiple times she's tried to get this race win at Daytona. Multiple times she's been literally put in the outhouse or the outskirts. And once again, here on PTM Racing TV, she will pick up another win to add on to her already legacy career in the league sanctioned races. She wins the ButtKicker 45. And I think there's just one last thing she needs to put up real quick here at Daytona. I think you guys might know it. Here it goes. There it is. The burnouts have been engaged. Incredible. What a great finish. What a great moment here for every driver involved. And Robert Kahn came away around the finish line sideways, by the way, but yeah, he goes third. Here's your finishers. Chantel Bottle first, second to Matthew Hoffer, third to Robert Kahn, fourth Jason Henry, fifth to Kevin Minapace, sixth to Julian Condé, seventh to Cindy Taylor, eighth to Corey Reed, ninth to Tyler Orrick, and 10th to Darrell Arnold in the top 10 to round out this one. I don't know, maybe it's just me and my days broadcasting back when we were on NASCAR Heat 4, but that top 3 certainly looked like an old school NASCAR Heat 4 finish if I ever saw one. We'll be right back with our top 3 interviews after this quick commercial message.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Welcome back now here at PTM Racing TV after the ButtKicker 485 has now completed here on PTM Racing TV. We're now joined in by our top 3 finishers. Starting off today's action coverage here, Matthew Hoffert, the 84, coming away second. Once more here on PTM Racing TV. Hoffert, congratulations on a second place finish here. And really, what a little bit of a crazy circumstance you had coming to that end there. You ended up staying back behind Henry. You looked for an opening. You took your shot, but unfortunately, at the same time, I think Kano's kind of pushing it around a little bit with you and Henry kind of mixed in there.
Yeah. Once I laid back a little bit and I got a good run, I knew I had some good momentum. Once I went on the outside of Henry, I seen Con con brake out of line, and I just thought this is not going to end well. But they kind of collided and went left, and I stayed up top, and a little more momentum, man, we would have had it.
A little bit more momentum is always the thing I think everyone says here when it comes to just trying to race it out at the Talladegas and the Daytonas and the iRacing Super Speedways. But for you and this crew, I would have to think after a season you've had with some rocky roads and some mixes in between, this finish is definitely something you've been looking for quite some time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This finish is a definite confident booster, especially going into next week. Yeah, we've been rocking that struggle bus all season long, man, and it's been frustrating, but this one definitely feels good.
Certainly does indeed. Well, Hoffert, as you come away second today, my friend, out of it all, who do you want to thank for this?
Oh, all of our sponsors that come along with us this season, all the racers that race with us every week, PTM Racing TV for the broadcasting, and definitely a happy Father's Day to everyone out there, and especially my dad. We got second place, man.
Yeah, second place indeed. Dad, got to be happy about that. Hoffert, congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Second place going to Matthew Hoffert here in his camp. We'll try to see if we can talk with our third place finisher here, Robert Kahn, as we're going to try to get him into the booth now here, race fans. Kahn, do you got a copy? All right, Robert Kahn, you got a copy down there? Nope, no copy down there, folks. Not really sure if... Oh, hold on. Kahn, you got a copy now?
Yeah, I hear you.
There he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher today, Robert Kahn, the number 21, coming away here after a solid little position and performance here. Man, you definitely found yourself into a few wires and a few shots here and there, but pumping and pushing that 5 as much as you could to try to make the setup for the move that was coming up next. I gotta believe kind of got disarrayed when you saw drivers right behind you going the outside, like your strategy was probably pinpointing to.
Yeah, I mean, I from the first race of the year, I left. We worked really well together, and I hung her out, and I just wanted to stay behind her because I knew there was a run coming. But I moved a little bit, half a lane up, and I put Jason in a bad position to where we got in a wreck at the end. But all in all, great finish. I mean, that was the pit strategy is what got us there. So happy to walk away with the top 3.
Indeed, indeed. Here now, I know there was definitely kind of a craziness in between that mixes in with Daytona. Obviously, you guys had a much different strategy playing out with the field and the fuel. And when the rest of the field just completely got wrecked out on their own, really, by just trying to entering in a pit road, I have a feeling you and that whole crew just thought we need to get this going now as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I thought it was like one or maybe a car slid off or something. So like the urgency when we were coming out of pit road was pretty strong. I was attached to her bumper, I think, for 3 laps, thinking that we had to make up time, when in reality we were pulling away. So it worked out for the best, and when we thought we were behind. So I didn't know all that happened.
Yeah, it definitely happened, and it was a bit of a crazy little circumstance there. But Con, just got away third today here. Who do you want to thank for all this?
ButtKicker, I mean, hell, they put me in a good position. I could feel the draft like crazy, every bump. Everyone who's involved with us, PTM TV, I appreciate you, and then we look forward to going next week. It's should be a fun race next week.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, Con, we thank you for coming on board today. Congratulations for this race win here, or second place finish here.
Thank you.
Well, the race win didn't quite go to him, as I keep making a mistake on, but the one that did get the race win is, of course, piloting in the Big 5. Ladies and gentlemen, Chantel Bottle puts it in victory lane for the ButtKicker 45, and Chantel, you came into this race here really with that ButtKicker set up at full torque, full speed, and full position, and boy howdy, man, this thing just gave it everything and then some for one last run at Daytona, huh?
Yeah, it was a pretty fun race. We had the butt kicker turned right up, so we could feel everything. And hitting when we did, I think really helped us. And I think we finished, 4 of us finished with like a 9-second lead, so that was pretty good.
9-second lead, of course, due to the other drivers making that unfortunate pit stop that we have seen many times on these tracks, and especially on Friday night. But for you and this crew, you never made that mistake, and it seemed like maybe 4 heads were just a little bit better than the 8 or 9 tonight, were they?
Yeah, for sure. That was my plan. I just wanted to pit before they all pitted, just so we could avoid something like that on pit road. So.
Yeah, you did indeed, and with the push and the draft shoving up to the front, you take away the race win. So Chantel, as you come away with the win at Daytona at last, who do you want to thank for this?
Everyone at PTM Racing TV and all of our sponsors for Pedal to Metal Racing League. Only for them, we wouldn't do what we're doing, so thanks to them.
For sure there. Well, Chantel, congratulations on this race win. Very well deserved for the ButtKicker 45 today.
Thanks.
Chantel Bottle, ladies and gentlemen, number 5, pops away with a race win, and that will all but conclude our race today here. A big thank you again to our friends at Next Level Racing, at the ButtKicker Company, Chris Hubka, Real Estate Group, Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, and Lightning Wrapz for your support. And to you fans out there, I think you guys got to know by now, but we really do appreciate you more than anything. Thank you so much for everything, guys. And until the green flag flies next time, which will be here in just a few minutes, we thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time when the green is out.